Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome back, Legends community. Returning Legends, thank you so much for commenting, liking, and sharing. New Legends, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Today's new video is on something that really did surprise me that I came across online. I was like, what? So today's new video is going to be on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or maybe Marvel Cinematic News, as I call it. And is on one of my favorite TV shows from the era of when Netflix had Marvel shows on their streaming platform. And it's no other than one of my favorite shows, Daredevil. So with Daredevil having a continuation series from the ones from the Netflix era, Daredevil Born Again, it seems like Daredevil is not doing good as a TV series from Marvel Studios. Yikes! So let's get into today's new video. Today's new video is Daredevil Born Again is flopping as a Marvel TV series. Yikes! So we're gonna talk about the factors on why Daredevil Born Again, being a continuation from the original series that was on Netflix, why some of these factors have actually are included when it comes down to this. So the first thing I want to get into is the 2-episode premiere. It started off really good. 2-episode premiere was highly successful on the platform Disney Plus, because you have to remember Daredevil Born Again is a Disney Plus series, and surprisingly it did good. They had a solid 2-episode premiere. The problem is, after the 2-episode premiere, when it came down to it, it did not do extremely well. And I'm like, oh man, don't you hate when they do these premieres sometimes? Because there's a love-hate relationship with it, all right? Some of these TV shows do 2-episode, 3-episode premieres. I have a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes it doesn't really deliver. And with it delivering for Daredevil, being highly watched for a 2-episode premiere, did really well. But once it came to the next episodes after that, it started to have a decline within viewership. Now, the other factor is too, let's talk about the fandom, or I should say fans. And a lot of fans, right? Majority of the fans may have had unrealistic expectations for Daredevil, all right? As much as the show was highly successful on Netflix, maybe a lot of us wanted to see more of that included within the show, and maybe that's why the show lacked a low viewership, because a lot of fans looked at the old show like, look, we want this show to be like how it used to be. And maybe that's the problem, because I did hear about this, that they did have new writers for the show Daredevil Born Again. It wasn't the same writers, but the same producers, of course, right? But different writers, and also a different directors too. So there were some changes made with Daredevil Born Again, and maybe those changes weren't the greatest changes ever. Now, the next thing I want to get into is also this being the lowest Marvel show. It did really bad. I mean, there were other Marvel shows. They said Agatha Born Again didn't do really well. I meant to say She-Hulk didn't do really well. Echo didn't do really well. And Daredevil is the lowest out of those shows when it comes to it being successful. Man, dang, that's a tough L right there. All right, that's a tough L. I never thought I would see a show of that caliber, Daredevil, to actually be on the decline like this. Like, I was like, what? I mean, there are still episodes coming out for Daredevil Born Again. There are only 2 episodes left for the show. And, I mean, them 2 last episodes going to have to do something. They're going to have to give in order for them to be back on the charts, right? So, the next thing I want to talk about, and I saved the best for last, all right? The last thing is the charting, all right? You got all these other shows from other platforms that are doing really good. I mean, Reacher is on the top of the Nielsen charts. It is the #1 streaming show. And then you have Invincible, which is number 10. And then there are other shows that I'm not really completely familiar with. Some of the other shows, heard about them. And the competition. I mean, the other shows are doing a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And I think Marvel Studios, when I think about it now, I don't think they planned this really well. You know what I'm saying? They thought, oh, Daredevil is going to be a top show. Pretty sure of that. But then when you have other streaming shows that are pretty highly popular, you have to remember they could have just said, look, let's release Daredevil Born Again another month, right? Or maybe even next year, possibility, right? I don't think Marvel Studios thought this through really well. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Reacher, like, come on. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Reacher is a top show, all right? It's better than the movies, to be honest with y'all. And I was like, man, y'all went against Reacher? Then, on top of that, another highly popular show that's number 10, Invincible, all right? I know a lot of people are watching Invincible, all right? Yeah, I really think they didn't plan this through, and now they're seeing that our show is on the decline. We only have 2 episodes left for fans to come back to, but are they going to come back and watch it so it can chart again, being a highly successful show, right? Do you want to see that, right? If you think about it. And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Daredevil definitely was one of my favorite shows. I mean, when I think about it now, this is something just random that just came in my head. They could have did a Daredevil movie. I would have loved to seen Charlie Cox do a Daredevil solo movie. Because the last one wasn't that great to me. The one with Ben Affleck being Daredevil, and then you had Elektra and stuff, and then Kingpin. That's a whole different thing. But they could have just said, look, we're not going to do a TV show. Let's turn it into a movie. And it's already been renewed for a season 2 Daredevil. So all I can really say is I really hope that Daredevil, you know what I'm saying, the series, Born Again, the continuation of the Netflix series, does really well for the next 2 episodes when it comes down to it. But I think, man, it's looking bad, man. It's looking bad, you know. But it is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, do you think fans are the reason that Daredevil Born Again is not being successful on the Disney Plus streaming app? And my next question for you guys is, do you think Disney will eventually cancel Daredevil Born Again due to it not charting as a top show on the streaming platforms? And it's the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, sharing, and also hit that bell to stay notified. It's the blur from the middle of the map, guys, and I'm out, legends.